The compound bow is one of the most widely used weapons when it comes to foot PvP and ASA, aside from some others, but regardless, I'm here to show you how to efficiently use the compound bow, as well as some things that I see people doing wrong with it a lot of the time, so here we go. First off, one of the main differences that a lot of people don't know between using the comp bow on ASA compared to ASE is that on Evolved you actually had to hit your target in the head. Now, although that might not make sense when you first hear it, it really does. You see, for some reason on ASA, when it comes to fighting with the compound bow, the hitbox will always be the generic default character. It doesn't matter if your enemy makes their character super short or super tall or really anything, it's always gonna be the default character. And this is exactly what messes people up. You'll have somebody shooting at a small character's head and they'll be wondering why they're not getting any headshots, and it's because in reality they're just hitting their chest. Now, to get around this, it's quite obvious and fairly simple. You really just have to memorize where that head hitbox is on the default character, because as soon as you find that hitbox and can remember it, you'll hit headshots every time regardless of the character. Now, the next thing I want to go over when it comes to using the compound bow is movement, because regardless of what people think, movement plays a very big part in using and going against compound bows. Now, it obviously depends on how much health somebody has or what their armor looks like, but for generic arena servers like Vanquished or Casual Affinity, usually it's a 2-tap to the head to kill somebody. So that just kind of goes to show how important it is to either hit headshots or not get headshot yourself in fights, and that is where movement comes in. Now, while different methods of movement do work, there is one golden rule, which is basically don't keep strafing in the same direction. For those who might not know, strafing is simply just the direction you're going, so you're going to be holding D if you're going right, or holding A if you're going left, at least on PC. For controller, it's just whatever way your joystick is moving in. Now, basically what I mean is don't keep going in the same direction after somebody sees you going in that direction. And I can show you exactly why you don't want to do that with this one clip. Now, obviously in the clip it's on a server with a lot more health than it would take to kill someone, but it gives you a perfect example of the last 2 points I brought up with where you want to aim for the default character, because you can see in the clip he was in a super small character, so I was aiming really high, as well as the fact that he kept strafing to his left, and because of that I was able to headshot him 4 times over again. So yeah, me personally, I like to prone a lot when doing combo fights, and this is because not only when someone's prone you can't tell which way they're gonna go when they come up, but also because it's generally just harder to hit someone in the head while they're going prone or coming up from being prone. I would say a good habit to have is shooting and then going prone and then going back up and then shooting, and just repeating that cycle. Although, as I said earlier, some other methods do work. I've seen some players jiggle left and right instead of doing long strafes, so you can't really get a grasp of which way they're gonna go and for how long they're gonna go in that direction. As well as some players like to just mash their prone button and make it nearly impossible to hit them, which I guess is a valid strat. Anyways, the last tip I have, which is really helpful for fighting against people with combos, is to never ever jump against someone using a combo. There's this misconception I've seen with a lot of people where they think if they spam jump that they're going to be really hard to hit, and that really isn't the case. Since how I said earlier, the headshot hitbox is always going to be at the same spot because it's going to be the default character. When people land, it is extremely easy to kind of pre-fire where they're going to land, especially if they're bullet and standing still. I'll go on and show a couple clips real quick of prime examples of that. And yeah, that's it really. I hope anyone that does see this has learned something, and yeah, thanks for watching.